10 points in the last 4 games should do it for Manchester City, but distractions don't come much bigger than a Champions League semi-final. The balancing act has to be right, or the beginning of the Guardiola era may have an alarming omission. Well, Manuel Pellegrini certainly doesn't want his tenure to end on a negative, and as such there's no hint of protecting his key asset, with Sergio Aguero leading the line. He does make 3 changes to the side who drew at Newcastle. In come Otamendi, Silva and Iheanacho. Vincent Kompany, though, is not in the 18.
And now the starting
Stoke's target is 8 more points this campaign to record the club's highest ever Premier League haul. A hamstring niggle sidelined Xherdan Shaqiri, while Ibrahim Afellay broke down with a cruciate knee injury in training yesterday. In come Joselu, Diouf and Bardsley, with Boyan rested to the bench. Last season, Stoke recorded their first ever win at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League by scoring their first ever league goal here too. Another success today would complete the visitors' first double over Manchester City in 35 years. Well, that's really nicely done from Aguero. Typical of him, and he brings in Iheanacho, and Iheanacho just beyond the far post. And it was delightful again from Sergio Aguero. Iheanacho, who was so precise, it just seemed as though it was going to nestle in the corner. Well, ideally, Manuel Pellegrini would have had his side safely secured in the top 4 and being able to rest most of his side for Tuesday, but no such luxuries. I suppose Kevin De Bruyne on the bench is perhaps the only man who's being protected, so to speak. Here's Imbula, on towards Arnautovic. Mangala goes with him. Not too much support for Arnautovic. It's a good ball towards Imbula, though, who hits it! And it dipped, but not quickly enough as far as he was concerned. Stoke continue to pose as many problems to Manchester City as Manchester City do to them. Muniesa. On towards Arnautovic, took it well. Clipped in towards Joselu, who couldn't quite readjust his body and get the kind of header he was after. Just get the sense that Stoke are starting to enjoy this performance that they're putting in. Zabaleta. Here's Navas. Oh, it's a dangerous ball, well defended by Bardsley. How many times in those positions have you seen a defender put it into the back of his own net? And the near post flick goes in. I think it might have been Fernando that got the telling touch. He wheels away in celebration. Otamendi was just behind him, but it's Fernando's goal. And Manchester City take the lead from a set piece. Well, Stoke in open play had largely kept Manchester City at bay, but you can see Fernando just in front of Otamendi. Glances it, and it's Manchester City 1, Stoke City 0, and there's as much relief as joy on the face of the manager. Muniesa wants it. Faced by Zabaleta, and it goes to Arnautovic. Good tackle by Otamendi. Here's Navas. Aguero up in front of him. Continues his run, Navas. Aguero plays it to him. Iheanacho's making his way towards the penalty spot. Aguero's on the near side. Navas plays it to Iheanacho. Iheanacho and on to Touré. Oh, he tried to square it to the far side to Aguero. Here's Iheanacho again. And Touré once more. And down goes Iheanacho. Referee. Oh, he's given a penalty. Well, I thought the gesture was no penalty. But he has just almost apologetically pointed to the spot. Bobby Madley. Shawcross just putting his arm across Iheanacho, and Bobby Madley, ever so casually, just very gently pointed to the spot. Now, Sergio Aguero has missed a couple of spot kicks this campaign, but he doesn't miss this one. Goal number 28 of the season, and Sergio Aguero gives Manchester City the kind of advantage from which you would sense they might well have the 3 points already. Half-time substitution for Stoke City, and it's a forced one. Jakob Haugaard taking the place of Shay Given, who succumbs to a groin problem, having only just ousted Haugaard from the starting 11. Muniesa on to Arnautovic, there's no offside. Joselu waiting in the middle, here he comes. Joselu! Should have scored. Should have scored, knows it. Delightful delivery from Arnautovic, just where a striker wants it. The kind of pace where you can take it in your stride. He opens up his body and puts it wide, and perhaps in that moment the chances of Stoke finding the goals necessary to take something from this game have just evaporated. Here's Iheanacho, on target, helped over the top by Haugaard. Iheanacho slipped, but picked himself up quickly enough to drill it on target. Bardsley. It's a good ball. Smuggled away by Otamendi. Well, they've threatened in this second half, Stoke. Whelan's corner, and the near post header from Diop is wide. There was a few Stoke City supporters who thought that it was nestling in the corner of the net, not the side of it. Otamendi's been beaten to it by Arnautovic. Still looks the likeliest way back into it, Arnautovic, and that's a lovely stop from Joe Hart. Arnautovic has certainly looked sharp today, and if anyone is going to get Stoke back into the game, you feel it'll be him, and he very, very nearly did there. Fernando, Torre, Zabaleta, Aguero. It's a lovely ball by Navas. Here's Zabaleta. Iheanacho wants it and gets it. 3-0. He does have an exceptional scoring record, Kelechi Iheanacho. That is 10 for the season. Fewer than starts that he's had this campaign. And Manchester City, pre-match, will have said to themselves, let's get 2 or 3 in front, take off our star men. And Iheanacho has given them their 3rd goal now. Manchester City 3, Stoke City 0. Well, Mark Hughes will be bitterly disappointed with the way things have gone in the last few weeks. 1 win in the last 7 games after being in a position from which European football seemed a possibility. Here's Fabian Delph. Now Bonnet. On it goes, good ball. Iheanacho bursting clear. Are they going to concede 3 matches in a row? Yes, they are. Stoke City playing like a side who probably want this season to end. Manchester City with the perfect preparation for the biggest game in their recent history. And Kelechi Iheanacho continues to show just what an exceptional talent he is. There was plenty of work for him to do, but he did it exceptionally well. It's Manchester City 4, Stoke City 0. An assist for Wilfred Bonnet. Another goal for Kelechi Iheanacho. Well, Yaya Toure has been hopping around for quite a few minutes now. The only negative, really, that was left for Manuel Pellegrini was one of his players picking up a knock. A routine 4-0 victory, and although Yaya Toure may have picked up a knock, it's been nothing but the ideal preparation ahead of their Champions League semi-final. Final score, Manchester City 4, Stoke City 0.